So here we are. We're going to be attempting this little scramble route which goes up the Black Darren, which is the cliffs you can see here. Obviously not going to go straight up the cliff face. I'm going to take the path to the left hand side there that goes up to like a mini peak, and then it swings round. Continue along the top for a bit, and depending on how cold it is, I might hit one of the trig points or come down the Red Darren, which is the sort of little cliff on the other side there. So so that's the plan. It is exceptionally cold. It's kind of in the early March, which is often the coldest time of year in my opinion. It's absolutely horrendously freezing. So I'm going to see how I get on, but it is, yeah, unpleasantly cold at the moment. And I've got all layers on, I'm still freezing, so we'll have to see how we get on. Hopefully warm up. And it looks pretty bleak otherwise, but at least all of this bracken is cut down, which makes the walking up there a lot easier, because in the summer this is all thick with bracken. So this is the Red Darren, so this is the return path, which is much more gentle and sort of friendly looking. Albeit quite steep, and this is it here, and it's like entering a great jaws of cliff face. So that's it there, and then we're on the path here that goes to the little mini summit there, and we wrap round up the top. There's a guy I followed, Y Explorer Mark, he's been up here recently. And I believe from his video, he went right through the centre where there's like a boulder field, which is quite cool. So that was a good effort, that walk. And yeah, so it's pretty impressive this side. Sort of black looming cliffs. So we're going to go towards the mini bit and then try and find a way up from there. So there's a car down there. I've come up quite high already. You gain height very quickly, it's very steep. View over in the far distance of the Cat's Back and Black Hill. And this is where we're going here. I've deliberately chosen this one for winter because normally it's just thick with bracken that can be sort of shoulder high, and feels quite claustrophobic. Can't quite see where you're going, and this is great. You can walk through it nicely. I've bought these gaiters because there's quite a lot of sort of crap to wade through still, so they're coming in handy. Right, gonna try and pick our way up here. So a little scramble up there. It's great views into the valley. Here we've got the next section, which is a bit more tough, going straight up there. Just got to try and pick our route. I'll see you in a second. Well, that was super fun. It was right at the top of the cliff bit now, and there was one actually really quite difficult. You know, I'm obviously a complete amateur, but well, done a reasonable bit of scrambling, but I'm not a rock climber. There was one quite difficult little bit there, which normally would be fine, but having the dog, oh, I shouldn't have brought her up here actually. She was petrified, but I carried her up basically in the end. She was alright, attached just to the lead securely, but slightly stupid, but then it's done now. So we're going to continue along here, and then path takes a right hand turn up the very sharp edge of that cliff face there. So we're doing well. A little bit hair raising that bit, but definitely fun. Impressive view there of the Hatterell Ridge. We're not going in that direction, but I've done that before. It's just really good. Misty today, not the best views. That's where we've come from, and we're going up here, right up onto that top bit there. So there's a really steep climb now to do. So we're going to take this slowly, and should be great views from the top. It's reaching the crest at the top. It's the route we came up. Oh, it's tiring actually. Not very fit at the minute, but given the sort of lull over winter. But yeah, that was tough. Very steep. But this is really cool. Right. I'm going to try and get some good footage in the set. So I'm right at the top of the Darren, the Herefordshire side of the Brecon Beacons. It's pretty cool. Give you a panorama of the view. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Cool view from the top. Short but steep climb. You can see the return path in the distance, and great view of the Cat's Back from here. Really good views. So the welcome and friendly site of the Offa's Dyke path. Great view of Hatterall, Skirrid, Sugarloaf, Crookmore. They look really cool in the mist actually. The Crookow Hills, Pennygadir Hour. And with this trig point, it's not trig point, sorry, summit shelter. I know exactly where I am here, which is good. So we're going to progress to the next summit shelter and then take a right hand turn down the Red Darren for a return journey. So at the second summit shelter, with the return path that goes down to Lantoni. I'm going to pause here for a minute just to sort layering out. It's really cold. It's a great view into the Black Mountains, and our return path is over in this direction here. So Maggie's just had a drink. We're just on our return journey down the Red Darren. There's a trig point at the far end there, the 610, but I think I'll save that for when it gets a bit warmer. View doesn't change, it's just a little bit more of a sort of pleasant walk along the ridge, but I've had fun today. It's very, very cold, and yeah, I think I'm going to take this path back and make it a nice sort of short but steep circular walk. Yeah, it's been great, it's been really, really good. Very bleak up here though. Really do look forward to the summer. Right, I'm going to get down to the Red Darren and then hang a right, and it takes us back down to the car park. So the view of the Black Darren on the return journey is really spectacular. This is my favourite view of the day, or one of them anyway. So you can see the valley down into Herefordshire, and you can see a huge number of sheep amassed around my car, which looks interesting. And then we've got the Black Darren. You can see the path we took. Very steep actually, no wonder I was huffing and puffing going up there. And the huge stone gully through there, so there's an easier path going through that gully that you can take. Obviously don't ascend the actual cliff unless you're a rock climber and you know what you're doing. But yeah, I read that Longtown Mountain Rescue rescued someone off that. You know, it only takes you to go sort of halfway up there and you become crag fast where you can't go up or down, and then you're absolutely screwed. So and there's no phone reception here either, so it's a bit of a triple whammy. Right, I'm going to have a little break in a minute, just somewhere along here, and then get back down to the car. Okay, Mags. Had a little bite to eat here. Can't stop for too long because it's so freezing. But anyway, it's a reasonably short walk and it's absolutely freezing. I thought I'd have something to warm myself up. A little Glendronach 15-year-old in there, which is really, really nice. Oh. Wow, that's good. I always say it tastes better outside. That really is good. It's not a particularly cheap one, but it's really, really rich, strong sherry cask whiskey. Glendronach 15-year-old revival. Well recommended, and certainly well recommended here as well. I'm going to get back down to the car now, about 20 minutes, and hope you enjoyed that one, and we will be back for another trip.